Resumes and cover letters. There are many resume formats that you can choose when writing your resume. However, some are better than others. This resume on the left has a large indentation on the left-hand side, which is a waste of valuable space. When writing your resume, you will have one page, and you need as much space as you can get to add all of the important skills and experience that you have. The resume on the right keeps all of the information on the left-hand side of the page. This resume uses small indents and bullets for organization and eye appeal, and this resume is the better choice. When creating your resume, never use a template. If you see a resume that you like, print it out and use it as a guide when creating your resume. Think about the skills and experiences that you have and how they will fit on the resume format that you choose. Will everything fit on one page? Does it look organized and have plenty of white space? You never want your resume to be clustered, and you want the employer to be able to find all of the information with ease. Never shrink your font size to fit everything on the page. You should never use a font smaller than 11 points on your resume. These are the main parts of your resume: your name, your contact information, an objective statement, a skills or qualification section, your education, and any licenses or certifications that you may have. You would also list internships, practicums, or co-ops on your resume, as these are key experiences, usually in your field of study, that you would want to note on your resume, and then professional work experiences. Your contact information. This is your name that you would write in bold font, size 14 to 16 points. This is the biggest font on your resume and the only item that should be this big on your resume. It is larger to stand out. Then you would list a professional email address and your phone number. Be sure the email address is professional. You can always use your Qmail. I always suggest creating a professional email address and using it for job search purposes only, so you do not miss any job-related emails in your regular inbox. You will also keep the hyperlink on your email address, as employers like to be able to just click on the link to email you. Also be sure to have a professional voicemail on your phone. If you are uncertain, then call yourself to be sure it is professional. It should simply state your name in a short message that you are unavailable right now and to leave a message. You do not need to write the words phone or email in front of these, as everyone knows that they are a phone number and an email address because of their format. Objective statement and professional summary. You will use one of these at the beginning of your resume. The difference is an objective is a short statement of what you are looking for, such as seeking a full-time position in a fast-paced office setting. And a professional summary is longer and sometimes is several sentences summarizing your work history. A professional summary is used when you have over 10 years of experience working in the field. Skills or qualifications. This area can be named either one, as it is your preference. You will want to choose 5 to 8 action statements highlighting key skills that are important for the job that you are applying to. Do not list skills that are not relevant to the job. This area may change with jobs you apply to depending on what skills that you want to highlight. One way to decide what skills to focus on is to read the job description and see which qualifications they list, and the ones that you have, focus on here in your skills section. Never use one-word columns, always short action statements with bullets. Also, never repeat yourself. So if you talk about communication skills here in your qualification section, then you will not need to discuss communication skills later in your resume. With only one page, you do not have the space to be repetitive. Education and licenses. Always list your most recent degree first. You should be spelling out your degree and listing them the way they are listed at your school. Always bold your degree and list the year of graduation. If you have not graduated yet, then you can list this as expected graduation and the year. If you receive more than one degree or certificate at one school, then you will list them together but on separate lines. Then you would list the name of the school, the city, and the state underneath the degree. This should not be in bold, however, as you want the emphasis on your degree. If you also have a license to list, then you would list the name of the license in bold, list which department issued the license, and then list your license number. Once you attend college, you no longer need to list your high school diploma on your resume. You need your high school diploma or a GED in order to attend a college, so employers will assume that you have them once you attend college. Professional experiences. Your professional experiences encompass not only paid experience, but also internships, practicums, clinicals, and co-ops that you may have completed. Usually your resume goes back 10 years of employment. However, this rarely fits on one page, so some jobs may fall off of your resume, and that is fine. You would list your job title first and in bold font so it stands out. Then list the dates of your employment using the month and the year. Underneath that, you will list the name of the company, the city and state of its location, but in normal font as you want your job title to stand out. Next, choose 5 to 8 bullets, listing action statements that represent the duties that you completed at this position. Make sure the verb is tense appropriate, so if it is a current job, then the verb is current tense, and if it's a past job, then use a past tense verb. If this position is not in the same field as the job that you are applying to, then try to use transferable skills. These are skills that you have acquired at this job that can be easily transferred to another job. As you can see on the Dunkin' Donuts job listed here, it states transferable skills instead of talking about food. You should list at least 3 transferable statements for any job that is not related to the field that you are applying to, and a maximum of 8 bullets for all other jobs. Some guidelines. Remember to use a blank Word document to create your resume and avoid templates. Always use 11-point font and half-inch margins, as you only have one page to get as much information on it as you can. Use 14 to 16-point bold font for your name. Use the same font continuously throughout your resume. I like to use Times New Roman for resumes, as this is a professional-looking font. Your resume should be only one page unless you have over 10 years of work experience. If you do, then you could create a 2-page resume, but be sure to fill up both pages. Be sure to create an organized resume with plenty of white space and spaces between your sections. Your resume is a professional document, and there is no need to add images or graphics to it. Anytime you apply for a job, you would also want to include a cover letter. Cover letters. With any job that you apply to, you need to include a cover letter. This is a chance for you to elaborate on the information that you listed on your resume and to tell employers how you are a good fit for the position. The cover letter should focus specifically on the job that you are applying to and explain how to meet the required qualifications for this position. Remember that this is not a novel, but just a few paragraphs. If you are emailing your resume, then the cover letter would be the body of the email, and you would attach your resume to the email. If you are applying through a company website, then you would save the cover letter and resume together as one document and upload them together as a PDF document. For the heading of your cover letter, you should be using the same heading that you used on your resume. This would be the contact section of your resume. You will also use professional style letter writing. Be sure to include the date and to address the letter to either Human Resources, Hiring Manager, or to the name listed on the job posting. Your cover letter should have an introduction paragraph that tells them what job you are applying for and what your educational degrees are. Then you should have 2 body paragraphs focusing on the qualifications for the job and how you meet those qualifications. If you have had a job or volunteer work where you have gained skills relevant to this position, then discuss them in the body of the cover letter. Then you will want to add a few sentences to close the letter, thank them for their time, and sign the cover letter. Some review. Always use spell check on your documents and also read them over to be sure you have no grammar errors. You will want to save your documents in a PDF format before sending them to an employer or before uploading them to be sure they can't be edited. Be sure to be organized with your job search and keep track of the jobs that you apply to. Always print out the job description before you apply to it and keep it in a folder so when you receive an interview for the job, you will have the job description to refer to in order to prepare for the interview. QCC also has a job board called Handshake where you can create an account and search for jobs. Students can also upload their resumes to the Documents tab for career services to critique and then for employers to see. If you do not already have an account to Handshake, then follow this link to create an account and get started.